behavior. I'll give you a, have you heard about Freud?
Yes.
What he talked about? और क्या बोला था? आइसबर्ग उसने नहीं बोला। और क्या था? और क्या बोला? हाँ हाँ हाँ, किसने बोला? खड़े हो जाइए। क्या बोला? क्या बोला? सुपर ईगो एंड पहले जिनको जिसने जो बोला वो देखे आप। बहुत गर्मी है। ये थर्मामीटर नहीं भाई, ये सब थर्मामीटर हैं। ओके, दिस डोंट शो मी दिस. If all of us we are saying it is warm, why you are showing me thermometer? Okay, id, ego and superego. I never used to like Freud because Freud has studied his own 3 daughters all through his life, and I, as a typical scientist, I used to say, how can I believe in that? Once, because the cultural biases are there. But now, one of the reasons why I'm here, I want to tell you, behavior is measurable. I also want to tell you that 400 years back, when a person like me said that we can measure temperature, people said it is not possible. When 170 years back, a person like me said that blood pressure we can measure, people said it's not possible. 20 years back, when I said you just give me a drop of blood, glucometer, we will tell you the blood sugar, people said it's not possible. And when today I'm telling you we can measure your behavior, we can predict your behavior, we can predict your success on machines, आप सब कह रहे हैं it's not possible. Wait for 5-7 years, you will all carry a card, report card about your mental health, which will be your behavior. That is possible. So since now we are able to do it, so that's called id, ego and superego. What does it say? Because of the paucity of times, let me tell you, it says maze karo, maze ludo, illegal, illicit, unethical, immoral, at other person's cost. I can't afford it. I will steal, I will borrow, I take a loan which I will never return. Ye id karta hai. And you know what? All of us have an id component, but we don't know whether it is 1% or 99% in us. I just want to tell you that all the prisoners have been tested. They have a very high level of id. I'll come to ego later. Superego says entirely opposite things. Cooperation, synergy, happiness, charity, donation, whole lot of things. किसी का दिल मत दुखाओ, खुश रखो सबको. And the ego is the most important one, which is a balancing factor. So ego, we retain the most pleasurable experiences and the most traumatic experiences, we keep it in our mind all the time. Let's say, it's a typical example. When some teacher is wearing a new sari, okay, and goes to school, and people don't appreciate, and they keep it next time, that's an ego. And you know what people say? Oh, banda bada egoistic hai. But it's not egoistic. Egoistic is not bad. और दूसरी तरफ देखिए, the businessman people, they will change the policies through the government, and overnight they will become billionaires. So ego is not bad. When I train Fortune 500 leaders, so we say that how you can enhance ego. So ये तो चलो उसका definition हो गया. Now today, my name is, let's say, Dr. Sanjeev Sahni. My id level is 67%. My ego level is 23%. And this is 10%. What does it mean? It means that 67% of my behavior always will try to satisfy it. My desire, my need, my urges, my motives, my impulses, to satisfy it. 67%. Assume that, आपका क्या नाम है सर? KS. VS. VS has it of 7% only. होगा सब में. ये मत सोचना कि जो सबसे सेंट आदमी है उसमें जीरो होगा. नहीं हो सकता. Humanly it is not possible. And let's say I'm just taking figures. Ego is, let's say इनका ये 83% है. He's a misfit to be an industrialist. He's a misfit to be a teacher. He can be a good teacher in an NGO, but not where people are paying. So what I'm trying to tell you, today we can see, we can predict, we can measure that. The similar thing which somebody I know talked about, conscious behavior, subconscious behavior, and unconscious behavior. It's called conscious behavior. Subconscious is very important for the school people to develop it, and unconscious. What is conscious behavior?
We do things on purpose.
Very right. Which is deliberate or intentional. Which is intentional. You know, few people, now again, the same thing that certain people, person like me uses 72%, and subconscious I use, let's say 20%, and unconscious I use 8%. I'm just writing the figures. If I'm using 72, you know what does it mean? I go to the principal's office and I say, Madam, what a great leader you are. You know, whatever I am today is because of you. I really admire you. You are my role model. The other day in assembly, you spoke so very well. Madam, क्या बात है आपकी? बाहर निकल के बेवकूफ बनाया. और मैडम भी स्मार्ट है. सर भी होते हैं, मैडम भी स्मार्ट है. मैडम क्या करती है? मिलती नहीं है टीचर्स को. They also have 3-4 cronies, you know. एक तो टाइम टेबल इंचार्ज होता है. मैडम मेरे को बताओ, अरेंजमेंट्स देंगे सबसे ज्यादा, यही होता है. वो मतलब उनके थ्रू लोगों को तंग करने में रहती है. Anyway, general culture, it is awfully warm and everybody is feeling that. Now the person cannot do anything, machine will do. That is the conscious behavior. Then comes the subconscious, means if I say 2 plus 2, you immediately say 4. From where you are getting it? You have stored it. So in my mind, I'm storing, and so I'm at 20% efficient to get that. So many people, जिसको हम psychophancy कहते हैं, cronies कहते हैं, चापलूसी बोलते हैं ना कुछ, so वो वाला होता है जो success हो रहा है because of conscious behavior. And there are people, and there is nothing wrong or right, but that is their style. The second is, they are so good, they are so good that they can, if it is 70-80%, that they can recall anything. Just say Shakuntala, you know, the mathematics wizard is probably having 100% of it. एक बार number देख लिया, याद हो गया. The unconscious is only you know what you want. Like when I'm looking at you, you are smiling and nodding. और बीच में पता क्या चल रहा है दिमाग में? कब खत्म होगा, कब घर जाएंगे, इतना लेट कर दिया, 5 बजे बुलाया था, इतना लेट कर दिया, ये कोई तरीका है? पर जब मैं आपको देखता हूँ करते That is, अब मैं तो आपका ऐसे ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, पर आपके दिमाग में चल रहा है घर जाना है, उसका खाना बनाना है, उसको जाना, कल भी जाना है, वो दिमाग में चल रहा है. So this is also we can measure. I deliberately don't get these machines. नहीं तो my lecture कोई नहीं सुनता, सब लोग कहते जरा मेरा करना, जरा मेरा करना. I'm not going to tell you only the problems. another half of my talk will give you 10 commandments, and that I would request all of you to write. And if you will ask, अभी शुरू नहीं हो रहा वो. When I guarantee you आपके स्कूल का रिजल्ट अच्छा होगा, और यदि जब अच्छा आएगा तो मेरा फोटो लगाइएगा.
तो उसके लिए आपके साथ एक फोटो लेना पड़ेगा फिर।
वो आप लेंगे बाद में, पर लगाइएगा तब when it is successful. अब मैं अभी पीक पे पहुंचा यार, देखो. एक मिनट सुनो. This sleep. No. I really like your entry with the phone on. पहले आप सुन लीजिए प्लीज. हाँ नहीं. वो पता कर रहे होंगे ना पहुंच गए ठीक ठाक. एक तो पहले बुला दिया आपने, दूसरा मैडम ने बुला दिया. हाँ मैं भूला, इतना बुरा भी नहीं है. My parents used to say, you must get up in the morning, study, and that is very healthy, very good. I think same thing must have happened with you also. They were partially right. The only thing what they never gave us the reasoning behind it. It is not that you need to get up early. अब ध्यान से सुनिए. It is whenever you get up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whenever. At that, after getting up, assume that if you get up at, let's say, 8 a.m., next 2 hours, whatever you are going to study, you can retain up to 83% in your mind. Retention level will be up to 83%, the first 2 hours. And if from 10 a.m., again, this is not exactly by the watch, 5, 7, 10, 20 minutes here, there, till 12 noon, it comes down to 67%. जो आजकल फैशन है ना, रात को सारा दिन आवारागर्दी करी, टेलीविजन देखा, वीडियो गेम्स खेली, ये करा, वो करा, गॉसिप करा, and जब रात को 9 बजे से 1 बजे तक पढ़ा, at that point of time, it comes down to 14 to 17% only. So it is not that you need to get up. It is the... Who's whistling at you?
Sorry, I actually silenced. I did keep it on silent.
So many parents come to me, my son or daughter continue study till 2 a.m. but they are not performing well. I said that is the major issue, because now what you can do is, if as students get up and they go to school, okay, so they, at that, whatever they learn in the school in the first few hours is excellent. But at the evening time when they study, there is an issue. Split the sleep into 2 parts. So जो 8 घंटे वाला वो 7+1 कर दे, जो 7 घंटे वाला वो 6+1 कर दे. But when you sleep in the afternoon or evening, make sure you take bath and the same process can start. So this will help tremendously to enhance their performance. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
देखा फिर मैं इसीलिए कहता पहले मेरी सुन लो यार.
Person is there, 7 hours what you told, if 45 minutes what you told of the physical fitness, if it will be the breathing exercise or will make your body recharge or refresh, that can work like it. That I was telling.
Very good. Your respiration की बात करनी, आप हाथ मत उठाइए इधर आ जाइए. नहीं, क्वेश्चन तो पहले मैं पूछूंगा आपको. इधर आइए. Yes. Can I ask you simple questions?
Yes, sir. Why not?
Itna simple that all of them will be, they will not like that why I have called you,
Yes,
why
sir.
not that.
Yeah, sure.
And for each answer,
Yes.
you will get 4 chocolates, and I'm going to ask 3 questions.
I need your blessings, no
No,
chocolates.
you will either take, बांट देना ना.
Oh,
You will
I'm sorry.
either take 12 chocolates with you,
Okay, sir.
or you will take nothing.
Oh,
Right?
agreed.
The first question is, are you breathing at the moment? आपका point
No,
से
I'm
ज़्यादा.
having some issues, but
Are you breathing at the moment?
you're breathing.
This is the problem with the teachers. My wife is also a teacher.
Breathing, but good breathing, good air, good air. Filter is there, na sir? So,
Are you breathing at the
yes,
moment?
sir, it's obvious.
सोच के बोलो.
हाँ sir, breathing.
Very
नहीं तो जिएंगे कैसे sir?
हाँ,
मर जाएंगे ना?
शुक्र है. So पहला क्वेश्चन ठीक है. 4 चॉकलेट जीती आपने.
Thank you, sir.
दूसरा,
Thank
since
you.
when are you breathing?
From the day I'm born.
Not born. When you were a 12-week fetus
yes.
in your mother's womb,
Yes.
you started
Yes.
breathing. Very good. So second question भी आपका ठीक है. 8 chocolates.
Oh, okay, thank
The
you.
third and the last.
Oh,
You look like 30-year-old. मैं हमेशा कम बताता हूँ.
but I'm 40
It
plus.
doesn't matter. Oh यार गलत आदमी को बुला दिया. उफ.
No, I believe.
मेरा साइकोलॉजी आज फेल हो गया इनको बुला के.
I believe in.
अरे सुन लो भाई, मैं बोलने आया हूँ इतनी दूर से, आपकी भी सुनाई.
Sorry, sir.
नहीं. So if you are 42-year-old,
Yes, sir.
you are inhaling, exhaling, you are breathing from, as you said, from childhood. That means must be at least 20-25 million times you have taken breaths, right?
Yes.
Now the last question is, how many times in a minute you breathe?
Sir, I'm not sure about.
तो 12 चॉकलेट देख बैठ जाइए.
Thank you, sir.
अब इतना देखिए, I believe you are all breathing. And the gentleman, what he talked about, he mentioned about breathing, respiration. It is so important. When I talked about heart rate, similarly, in fact, most of the babas, so-called babas, at what is that TV channel, जहाँ पे सब लोग Asta. You know, the Asta channel is the richest channel of the world. $4 billion they make. And in all the so-called babas, I've started calling them so-called because half of them are behind bars. So all these people, at least they talk one thing very sensible, that is respiration. And we don't drink. Neither my parents told me what is the correct way of respiration, not the physical education teachers in the schools ever told me what is the correct way. Anybody would like to try how much breaths we should take in a minute? Quickly. Yes, sir, आपको पता होगा. Quickly.
20, sir, 20.
20. Yes. Anyone on this side? Hello. More than 60, 70. 72. 72 तो आपको 2.5 साल में मर जाना चाहिए. हाँ, वो देख लिया, कोई बात नहीं. Okay. हाँ, ये किसने बोला? Yes, you are right. Breathing जितनी लेस लोगे उतना लाइफ अच्छी और लंबी जाएगी. थैंक यू वेरी मच. 2 चॉकलेट देखे हो. मैं सुन लेता हूँ जो सुनने वाली चीज होती है, तुम आस्ते भी बोलो. I want to tell you